here, like ఏంటంటే the male actors, if they get hit or they get familiar with a movie, I don't think they think twice to increase their remuneration.
Yeah.
When it comes to female actors, అదే ఫీమేల్ యాక్టర్స్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చేసరికి దే థింక్ ట్వైస్. అంటే నా రెమ్యూనరేషన్ నేను పెంచొచ్చా, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఐ షుడ్ బి కంటిన్యూయింగ్ విత్ ద సేమ్ అమౌంట్ రైట్ నౌ ఐఎమ్ రిసీవింగ్. Why do you think there is this kind of discrimination, not about the actual remuneration part, thinking from the actor's perspective, no, they only like kind of worried to increase their remuneration.
Now it happens, why? Because most of our movies are men oriented, like actor oriented. Female oriented or female importance right now it's slightly increasing or changing, like, but if you take 1 in 100 movies that releases, majority of the people are going for to see the main actor there. That's why it's again, that's why they get paid more if it is his movie. Even the females also, like, so it's important for us, like as female artists, or and there are, and then there comes another thing of, like, there are so many people ready to work for free also.
Exactly, yeah.
They're ready to work for
they have replacement for you, but not for the...
Exactly. So then that's where you make your worth. You work on yourself, and now there is brilliant opportunities. It's not like back in the day, like when we were growing up, where we only had a handful of directors. There are so many new directors, brilliant directors. There are brilliant cameramen, and so many, like, technicians also. There's so many good technicians, and you have different platforms. Everybody's on their phone, like, and this 10-second, 30-second reels, you're entertained. It's not before, you have to go and watch a movie to get entertained.
Exactly.
Now you don't need that. You have your platform. The world is your platform, so you don't have to be in the movies to create your worth. I know so many fantastic artists who are not actors, but they're famous because they made their own.
They are visible every time, everywhere.
On Instagram, on YouTube, on wherever they have made their place there. So that's what I feel now, like, it's not like before. If you really put your mind to it, you can have, you can do
at the end of the day, it's your dedication and determination that brings you work.
That brings you work. And if you're consistent with that, it will come. You just have to be patient. And this is where it gets very difficult
for every actor. Exactly, right.
You have to be patient. This waiting game, that's where it's very difficult sometimes, because sometimes you think that, what am I doing? And, so for me, I have gone through that, like, especially during the lockdown. First lockdown was fun. It was like, oh, vacation. For me, it was an extended vacation. I was like, oh wow, I don't have to work. I can sleep. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Then I started getting busy towards the end of 2020, and then 2021 again, when the second or the third lockdown happened.
Second was severe.
And that's when I was like, oh God, no, this is not okay, because I'm done sitting at home, and I've always worked, and for 10-12 hours, and I just couldn't sit at home. And I was like, what am I doing? It's not about at that time I just wanted to work, like, I just want to get out and just do something, like, so it was difficult. So everybody went through that, like, it's not just a few people, everybody went through that. So that's a constant, like, how can world just come to a standstill? And it humbles you in a way. It really humbles you down. Like, doesn't matter who you are, what big you are, that's enough. Like, a little virus which you can't see with your own eyes is enough to bring you, like, to your senses and bring you down. So it's very important that for us, don't let all these things and people around us or whatever to affect us. Do what you think is, and it's be present, and mentally we just have to be so calm.
But the only thing we should thank COVID.
In a way, yes. Don't come back again.
Yeah.
But thank you. Thank you very much.
Bringing this change in us.
Yes. It was a big eye opener. Exactly. For many, I think. Yeah.
After Mangalavaram, మీ క్యారెక్టర్ చూసిన వాళ్ళు, the people who watched the film and seen your character, Usually the common. They come up with the same kind of roles and ask you to do. Did it happen?
Yeah, I got another this thing also, like where I'm playing. I was like, I don't want to do the same thing again.
From the Telugu industry or other?
Other industries also, like even in Malayalam also I got. I'm like, "Onnu chedu, now I want to do something different. Like, you know, it's something. So I really want to do a police character. Like, yeah, you know, like, because I did one with that was a cameo. I just had to take 3 days leave from work in 2017, and I quickly just came down to, because it was with Mammootty sir.
Okay.
I always wanted to meet him, and you know, so I was like so fascinated, and my scenes were with him. So the movie's name is Masterpiece. So, okay, so I was playing a IPS role, like I was an IPS. I really loved the whole thing about, you know, it just gives you so much confidence. Like suddenly, you know, you're like, you know, you're so powerful with wearing your uniform, and I was like, something about uniforms just make you feel like so. I would, and there are the 2 movies in Malayalam that's in the pipeline, which are police related. So I'm looking forward to that.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that to materialize and everything to come in place. It's ready. We're ready to start.
Okay.
Maybe probably by July or August.
But immediate ga one hit tarvata same kind of roles vachinappudu, did you think twice rejecting them? And before rejecting them?
No, if I see that's what I said. If it's a, like, even after Color, I got a lot of roles where like it's housewife, and you know, there was a lip lock scene, and then lip lock. I'm like, you know, the director really convinced me for that role. It was necessary for that role, for like, you know, for that. That's the only reason why I did that. I am not a big fan of this lip lock. Yeah, I am not. I feel like it's too personal. It's too, you know, it's. I mean, I'm not saying it's. I won't do it again or whatever. But if it
should
really,
make sense.
Yeah, it should make sense. But so many you know, I got so many offers and scripts, like, you know.
It makes it
And
doesn't
I'm like,
make any sense,
no,
but
dude.
it should be.
No, not happening. So I was like, no. So only if it, like, and not only that, like, you know, sometimes it really has to be, you know, make sense in the, even if it's any scene for that matter, even if it's like an angry scene, or if it's like when you're trying to kill someone. I see, like, I've done few movies like that, which I'm learning from that. Like, you know, where I'm a killer in the movie, and that was before Mangalavaram that I did. Okay, so that's after that I got this Mangalavaram role. So I had to, but I said okay to Mangalavaram. I said okay to this movie also. Both were negative characters. So I will take similar roles if it actually makes sense to me. But sometimes when you go at the set, when it's narrated to you in a way, but when you are actually shooting for it, and when you finally see the movie, it's not how you perceived.
Yeah.
Or it's not how you have been told or narrated to. So sometimes then you realize that, okay, you have to, you know, what questions to ask next. That's why I had a deep discussion with Ajay Bhupati sir, like, you know, okay, like, as in why is she doing this, and why can't she just, you know, leave her husband and go, like, what? So you ask so many questions about the character, and then if it makes sense to you, at the end of the day, if it makes sense to you, if it has some common sense, because now you can't fool the audiences, you know. And most movies, if you see also, in Malayalam especially, if it is relatable to the audience, it works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it's relatable, movies, and that's why script is so important. And the script is the hero most of the time, you know. So it's important, like, if it makes sense to you at the end of the day, and if you can convey that to the why you're doing this. So I made few mistakes in the past where I'm like, oh, it's negative character, wow, and all that stuff, and I have fight scenes and everything. I'll take it up, wow, it's nice, but it didn't make sense. It didn't make absolute sense. Like, why am I doing this? But then I didn't realize it until I was there.
Yeah,
you know, sometimes you just learn with experience.
Exactly.
So and that's how, like, you know, so still I'm learning. I'm still a learner, as I feel like, you know. So that's why when they come with you know, okay, I did that in Color, like there's a lip lock scene in Color and whatever, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to do it in every movie. So I make sure that, like, I tell in the beginning itself, like, unless and until it's required, and I don't want to do it. Like it's not important to me or anything of that sort. And to show, there's so many ways that you can show intimacy between two people. You can just sit next to each other, and I feel that's where the beauty is.
Exactly.
You don't have to be like
Not
on top
the
of each
actual
other.
act, but the conversation, then the
just
looks.
with a look, or with a smile, or with how you are. That's enough, and that shows a lot of intimacy than actually like
doing the thing.
yeah. I mean, like I mean, sometimes I find that. So unless and until it makes sense to me, or I'm not going to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But Divya ji, like you working in different industries, Mollywood, Collywood, and Tollywood.
Yeah.
Not in Sandalwood yet.
No. What is Sandalwood?
Kannada.
Kannada. Okay, Kannada. Oh, Kannada is Sandalwood. I didn't know.
Okay.
It's a beautiful name for them.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, not yet in Sandalwood. No.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to Sandalwood though.
Nice. So, for an actor being in one industry and managing everything here, knowing the nature of this industry is a particular industry is very difficult. But you're doing projects in 3 industries and knowing about the people, knowing about the nature of those industries, it's very difficult, right?
Yeah.
And upon that, selecting a script, script is totally based on the audience. Like,
Yeah.
is this script gonna work there or not in that industry?
Yeah.
Or is it another small film which they shoot and there is no guarantee of release?
Yeah.
How do you choose all this? Is there anyone there to help you out?
Like in Telugu, I have my manager.
I wanna tell same question in Telugu.
Yes, please.
సో నేను ఏం అడిగానంటే ఇప్పుడు 3 ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ఎట్ ఏ టైం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా. సో 3 ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీలో వర్క్ చేసి అక్కడ స్క్రిప్ట్ ఎంచుకోవడం అనేది పెద్ద టాస్క్ లా ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఆ నేచర్ తెలియాలి ఇండస్ట్రీ గురించి. ఒకవేళ చేసిన మూవీ అక్కడ హిట్ అవుతుందా లేదా అనే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఎట్ ఏ టైం మీరు 3 ఇండస్ట్రీలో చేస్తున్నారు కదా, ఇది ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకుంటారో అని అడిగాను.
Like in Tamil and Malayalam, more or less, I can feel the pulse, like somewhere, because these are movies that I used to watch when I was a kid, even, like, and especially Malayalam, I don't, and Tamil, now I've done one project called The Village. And now the other movie that's been we're doing is it's not named the film yet, but it's Vijay Sethupathi sir, Yogi Babu sir, Rukmani Vasant. So we are doing a movie together, the 4 of us, and it's a good fun movie. So because it was comedy and because it was the script also was fun. I'm like one of their friends, and it's exploring. When I heard the character, it sounded good to me. Okay, so that's how I chose, and it is Vijay Sethupathi sir. And working with him is like going to 10 acting schools. You will get trained, and like and him and Yogi Babu sirs is their work culture and the way how they handle a situation and the scene is, and since it's a comedy film, it was so much fun because I love doing comedy.
Okay.
And I would want to do comedy, but comedy is the hardest thing that you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it was like, that experience working with them, I had to grasp in a lot of things, like keep a straight face and then, say like a dialogue. And, without, it's crazy how he makes use of props nearby him so that your hands are not idle. I think the biggest challenge for an actor is, what do you do when you're just, the camera is at you, but what do you do with your arms?
Yeah.
What do you do with that? So then he will find something to do. And like, and the way how he does it and how he treats other actors and people in the set. That's so important, and all that. So that was that experience. Coming back to our question, where in Telugu it was a bit challenging for me because I don't know the pulse of the audience yet. Like I'm still trying to learn and still trying to feel it, still trying to see what. So it's exciting. At the same time, it makes me a little nervous as well. So I have a manager. I have my manager, and she's wonderful, and like, you know, she helps me through it. She helps me, like, you know, go through the whole thing, like, and explains to me, okay, this might work, this is good. So right now I'm doing a project called Tandil.
Oh, Tandil.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing a character. It's a character role in that movie. But again, it was her that who actually kind of like got me that that
Okay,
part.
manager helped
Yeah,
you. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
she helped me, and she kind of, and again, there was another movie with Fahad that I've you know, that's coming out in. I mean, we're starting shoot in July. It's Don't Trouble the Trouble.
Oh, okay, I have seen the poster.
Yeah, poster. I'm playing a character in that as well.
Okay.
Again, it's her who's like, you know, who's told me that. So for me, both roles were like, I'm so used to doing lead characters, and then I've done villain characters. Again, these are, you know, they're very important
Okay.
roles in movies. So for me, it was a bit like, you know, I'm doing a character, you know. So then they were like, she was like, no, 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 just see it in this aspect and see it in this. And when she got me the narration, it took me a while to, like, you know, just to accept that. But then once I'm glad I took that project up, you know, like Tandil that I'm doing right now. I'm like so looking forward to it. And
But for most of the actors, the audition that you took is very difficult.
Yes.
But you took it.
You have, sometimes you just have to let go of, you know, your ego and your pride and everything, and just see the totality of, you know, what brings you the, you know, like as an actor, you know, are you
that
satisfied?
gives you satisfaction also.
Exactly.
Soul satisfaction.
Exactly. And I don't know, I'm here, see, I left my job and everything to act. You know, I'm here to act. I'm here to take up parts and do that job. So let me, and I'm hungry for it. Like, I'm, you know, if I'm going to be picky and choosy, and I'm going to be only a heroine, and if I'm going to only this, and if I'm going to sit there, I'll be just sitting at home.
Yeah, nothing.
And I don't want to do that. I've sat at home during lockdown, and that's fine now. And I want to, like, you know, get out there, get whatever comes my way. And I don't believe, see, in Malayalam, if just because I did a villain role or a side character does not mean that I will not get a lead role. You're an actor. Like, it depends on what the story is and what the script is. If the script demands a person like me and like similar this thing, and if I can portray that character, then that will come to me.
Exactly. Touchwood, those kind of scenarios were there before. Like, if you if you do other roles apart from the lead role, you won't be considering for the other. That's not the situation now.
Yeah, that's not. And because as an actor, we can't do that. Like, you know, that's for me initially, because that was told to me by other people. Like, you know, so many people will come and tell you different thousand things. Like, you know, oh, if you do, like, you know, listen. No, I've done so many characters, different kind of characters in Malayalam films. You know, like, and I still get lead characters. So it's not like, it's not for me like, you know, okay, now just because I've done cameos. You know, just because I want to be a part of that movie.
Okay.
You know, and I just went with my gut feeling, and that did not stop me from getting a lead character. And I believe that this is what it's going to be in any industry. Things are changing, and it's high time we change that mentality. Like, and, you know, just limit ourselves. Who is anyone to limit us? You know, like, no. So yeah.